Senior Center, Community Center. So we have a special guest. Michael Zuren is the Lake County Treasurer, and he's here to do a factual, just all factual information about the school levy that is going on the ballot May 6th. May 6th. So I just want to introduce him. He's working hard to kind of give you guys all the information so nobody's confused and everybody knows what's going on. And is that the best to say here, Mike? And I just give him a warm round of applause there. Mike, come on up. Everyone have a good afternoon.
Right, so my name is Michael Zuren. I'm the Lake County Treasurer, and I just thought since this is a new levy from the schools, it's very important that the community understands what this levy is. I am not for or against it. This is a completely unbiased presentation. It's factual, so there's a better understanding of how this impacts you. So I'm going to pull up the levy information, and this is a question and answer presentation. So if you have questions, feel free to ask. But what I want to show is actually what is going to be on the ballot in May, and what you're going to read to either pass or fail this levy. This is completely your choice if you support it or not. I'm just trying to give you factual information. So this is for the school district, and this is a new levy. This levy will collect $3 million for the schools annually, and it is this is why I'm here actually. I believe part of levies are very confusing because unless you are a mathematician, this is something that comes up every couple of years, and to understand it is very confusing. So it is 7.2 mils, and it is based on what the county auditor has your house valued at. So there's the confusing part, and then how they try to explain it in the levy is actually it's $252 per 100,000 valuation. That's what the state of Ohio requires it to be disclosed as. So it is being disclosed right. No one's trying to deceive anybody, but it is very confusing to understand because your house value is not $100,000. So this is also a continuous, a perpetual levy. So there's one vote, and the vote is in May, and then it continues on forever. Now this is not uncommon for a school levy because the majority of them are perpetual. The majority of them are voted on one time and they continue on. And in Wickliffe, that is the only type of school levy that there is. But in other Lake County school districts, there are renewal levies. So I'm just trying to make that clarification. And then the taxes would start in 2026, a year from now. So this is the information, once again, that you'll see on the school levy. It's $252 per 100,000 valuation, which would generate $3 million a year. And if actually did the equation on the valuation of the properties in Wickliffe, it does equate to about $3 million. So the first year, that's the amount of taxes that will be raised. Now, there is some of the legislatures in Columbus have been talking about changing the way that levies are worded, and there's a lot of talk about them actually requiring for a new levy that homeowners are informed specifically to the value of their house. So if the value of your house is $200,000 or $100,000 or $300,000, you would actually know specifically what it means to your house. But that's not the way it is right now. Right now, the law requires it's based on $100,000, so you have to do the equation yourself. So I want to talk about briefly, just so you have an understanding of a couple different types of levies. There's an inside millage, and I'm going to show a picture of that, and there's an outside millage. If you see inside millage, that is what you do not vote on. That is a county commissioner can impose inside millage. to pay for something through the county, and then outside millage would be anything that you vote on. So that would be any levy that you vote on in your community, which I think is an important distinction so you understand your tax bill.
Can you read that?
Okay, I wanted to show this. This is showing you a typical tax bill. So this shows the inside millage right now is 1.1%, and that is going to the county for a typical house. And then you have a variety of different outside millages. These are the things that your community has voted on, which include everything from the metro parks to the community college to Board of Developmental Disabilities, and all the different things that your community has voted on, and then it gives you a total. So I'm going to go into a more specific slide, just so you understand what your community is paying taxes for. All right, this one's hard to read, but it's really important. So what this is showing you is different communities in Lake County, what the taxes are, how much the taxes they're paying in total, how much millage they're paying on their properties in total. And if you look at line number 29, if you can read it.
No, it's too far away.
All right, I'm going to give you the numbers. So Wickliffe is listed, and it has a total millage that you are paying in your community. It's about 120 mils for the valuation of your house. Now, I can send this information to anybody. The taxes that are being paid in Wickliffe are one of the highest in Lake County. So this is just factual information, and I can share that information. I can email it to you, but I'm just trying to show you what's happening in your community as compared to Lake County communities. So depending on where you live, it gives you how much taxes are being paid. And if it's hard to read this slide, you can email me. I have my card on the back table, and I can send it to you. It will give you a better breakdown.
Tax rate for, let's say, 1,000.
All right, so this I think is really what I'm trying to get at. What I did is I went on Zillow and I looked at what a house, what the average valuation of a house is in your community where you live. The average price house is $186,400. And this is as of February when I created the PowerPoint. So this is what a typical house in your community is worth. Now, everyone's house is worth a different amount, but this is what, and this is pretty accurate because they take recent sales to come up with this value. So this value would be pretty accurate. So when you take that information and you do the calculation of $252. Per 100,000, but you actually multiply out by 186,400, it is about $466 a year for a typical homeowner for this levy. That's the factual information. Now, I wanted to show a tax bill, and I pulled a tax bill from Wickliffe that had a value of $187,270. I want to just find something as close as I could find, just to show you what a typical tax bill would look like for the average house in this community. And I think it's valuable to take a look at it because it gives you a breakdown of what the taxes are on the left-hand side, and then it gives you a breakdown of the distribution of the taxes in the middle of the tax bill. Now, anybody can pull up their own tax bill. You can just go to the Lake County Auditor's site, and it would allow you to pull up your house by your name or your address, and you look at your last tax bill. You can see the breakdown. But it's going to show you the taxes that are being collected on the left-hand side, and in the middle, it's going to show you where the taxes are going. And if you have any type of street improvement, you'll see that on the right-hand side, which is usually for lights or something that's done to the street.
That's what's usually sent out with your tax bill.
Yeah, this is just a picture of an average house in Wickliffe. This is as close as I could get. I tried to find 186.4, I found 187.270. But this is what a typical homeowner would pay.
When you get your tax bill.
Yeah, this is what you would receive. This is actually a tax bill.
We're already paying for the school levy, which don't allow people taxes last year.
Yeah, whatever levies have been passed, they're already included in this bill. This is a bill from the last collection period.
Speaking of that, how much does the school actually receive from all the levies from the past since they don't fall off?
I do not have that figure, but I can get it for you. You can actually put my cards in the back table, and if you have any specific questions that are really detailed like that, you can email me. I'll get the answer. I'll email it over to you. Yes.
Every time I turn around, people are raising 20%, 20%. When's it gonna end?
I don't know, but
I can tell you when it's gonna end. People are gonna start moving out of this area. And you can let your head in the wrong place.
This isn't sustainable. This is not sustainable.
can I answer your question?
So are you saying that Wickliffe schools pay no inside millage?
There's no inside millage for these schools. No. There's only the outside millage that's voted on.
Well, I know that's voted on, but I know the schools are allowed to get up to 10 mils inside millage.
I would have to check it with the auditor. I do not know if they're receiving any inside millage.
So what good is your data if we don't know? If they're allowed the inside millage up to 10 mils, that means if they consider that additional monies when our property values went up, and then did they consider that in relationship to the additional monies that they thought they would need? And you're saying you don't know, so why are you here?
I'm explaining this specific levy. So you're asking me about additional levies. I'd be happy to research and email it over to you.
Mike,
Yes.
could I help you answer that?
Yes.
Again, Brian Massey would lobbyist for citizens. I've been looking at property taxes. My name is Brian Massey. I'm with a group called Lobbying for Citizens. I've been looking at property taxes since 2015. I've talked to a lot of state officials. I've talked to a lot of local officials. Answer that gentleman's question, yes. Inside millage is part of all the 9 school districts. And what happened was that with this recent revaluation, which was averaging 30% through the county, all of the school districts did receive additional money without a vote of the taxpayers. The one that comes to mind is Willoughby Eastlake. I know that one because I've said it many, many times. They got $8.8 million in Willoughby Eastlake without a vote of the taxpayers. Over a year ago, I knew that 30% was going to happen. And I said, we've got to go out and tell the people. We've got to let the people know how much they're going to be charged without a vote. And how much each one of the taxing authorities are going to get. And I was told by elected officials, Brian, you can't do that. I said, well, why not? Because there's some levies on the ballot that if you tell the people they're going to get an increase in their taxes, they're not going to vote for the levies. I find that reprehensible.
You beach.
How much did Wickliffe get?
I wish I had brought I can provide all of the numbers because I have them. I just didn't bring them today. I didn't think I'd get a chance to talk.
You cannot draw a conclusion between Willoughby Eastlake and my book.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
Every city's different.
I told everybody, if we stay on this path of ever increasing property taxes, we're going to price seniors and those living on fixed income out of their homes. I've said that for years. And it's true. So I'd be glad to answer any questions after the meeting.
Okay, thank you. This is 7.2 mils. answer on that levy if there's somebody from the school board who wants to mention.
We passed a bond issue. My name is Dan Tomeyer. I'm the board president of the Wickliffe School District. We passed a bond issue in 2019 to build the new schools. The bond issue in 2019 has nothing to do with our operating expenses. It simply provided us with $60 million to build a new building. Elementary school and the Wickliffe Middle School, if they were still standing, would now be over 100 years old. So we put that on the ballot. The last operating levy we had was in 2015. At that time, we said it would last 4 to 5 years. If everybody in the room can kind of figure that out, it's been 10 years, not 4 to 5. So I appreciate Mr. Zuren coming here this afternoon and providing facts, and that's another reason why I'm here. There's a lot of misrepresentation about what's going on here. Sir, you come here from Concord and you start telling us numbers about Willoughby Eastlake School District, but you don't have the numbers on Wickliffe. And so,
I promise you I'll get those numbers.
That's fine. I'm sure that we did get some inside knowledge. What I will tell everybody in this room is that I haven't brought it in. I have information in my car. I will provide every person in this room with information from the school district that will provide you with factual information that we have provided. That you can double check, you can talk to our treasurer, you can talk to the people in our community, in our schools, mostly the treasurer, and you'll find that what we state and that is true. If you're reading stuff on social media, and if you're reading some of the stuff that's on social media, I don't want to get into misinformation and disinformation, but there are things being misrepresented about what's going on. And I will also say this. I'm a board member. I'm your neighbor. I don't want to tax me. I don't want to tax you. The state is not providing us with the funds. Average in the state of Ohio that is provided from the state to school district is 38%. We're at 28%. The state considers us to be a wealthy district. They do. Look it up. Okay, it hurts us. If some of the things that are being pondered down in Columbus right now, we believe it could drop to 24%. We're only asking for money because school districts in the state of Ohio are highly dependent on property tax. If you look at that bill, you'll see it. There's no denying it. It's not our fault. It's like my hands are tied behind my back. Do we want good schools? We need operating money to pay our teachers, to pay our staff, to buy the things and do the things that are going to educate our children and our grandchildren. So we've got a lot of momentum. We built a new school. We got the new houses going down on the old property. We told you back when we passed the bond issue. That's what we would do. The district has been transparent about this all along. We've been transparent about this since the 2015 levy, and we've been transparent about it since the 2019 levy. I'm sorry I have to tax you, or try to put this on the ballot to tax you. I don't want to tax me. But I want Wickliffe to be a strong, vital community on the western edge of Lake County.
You picked the wrong time to do it.
I'm not, man, I have the floor, I've been given the floor, okay? I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but Mr. Zuren has given me the mic. There's two sides to every story. I want to caution you about listening to this stuff. We will provide facts. The district will be transparent. If you don't like what you read, then you're certainly, it's the United States of America. You can vote no. You can vote no. Okay? I respect that. But you need to think long and hard and read up about what we're doing. Mr. Zuren mentioned about getting his card and going online. Go to supportwicklifeschools.com. It's a website that we have with our levy committee. It will provide you, if you know the value of your house from your tax bill, you don't have to call Mr. Zuren. You don't have to call him. It's on our website. We're being transparent. There's a chart if you go there, and you'll see it. And there's a lot more information on the website. But I will tell you, that in my car right now, I've got what's called a frequently asked question, and it's a front and back page. I would appreciate everybody in this room, I'll give it to you. I didn't bring it in because I wanted this, as he said at the beginning, to be quote unquote neutral. But then he gave you the floor. I mean, I gotta stand up for what we're about. If you got grandkids in the school, and I will next year, this is important. And this is no threat. If this levy doesn't pass, there'll be pretty drastic cuts because we are required by the state to balance the budget, and Mr. Zuren knows that. Good. And so it will affect the educational programs that we have built up to provide our kids. It's the bottom line. And I'm sorry, and again, I'm sorry that it's come to this. But school districts in the state of Ohio, until the state government changes it, will now, and 5 years from now, and 10 years from now, be very, very highly dependent on property tax. Thanks.
I think you wanted to make it.
We understand.
And so this is, we have to have cutbacks and we have to have cutbacks.
Okay. Yes, you may want to bring in the tax.
I'd like to thank Mr. Zuren for his time. I spoke at the school board meeting. My name is Ed Harvey. I live on Maple Street, Wickliffe. And I spoke at the school board meeting. I didn't get any answers. My stats on how much Wickliffe schools gets from the Wickliffe taxpayer is 78% of our property tax funds Wickliffe schools. It's as simple as this, people. We all know taxes are going up. We've known all our insurances have gone up. Water has gone up again. Electric is doubled. The thing I don't like about it is just so simple. Can we afford the taxes? Can we? It's simple. It's that simple. Can we afford the taxes? Plus Wickliffe carries a C average through the whole state. Are we getting our money's worth? It's that simple. And like I told Mr. Tolmeyer, I said, nothing personal. He said, hey, you vote yes, you vote no. But this is a big increase, people. I saw this happen in Bedford. They did it twice in Bedford, Ohio. And I was furious about it. And I'm triple as furious now because I knew this was coming. But it slid in so fast. The transparency, I'm not sure about it. Thank you for
I have to counter that. We've been talking about it since the middle of last year. And actually we've been talking about it the year before. Just really nobody comes to our board meetings.
Where was the
You said you
sign
didn't get
at?
any answers, and that's not true either.
He wants some mic.
Just got answers that you don't want.
Okay, I want to get up and say something here now. I might not need the microphone. In 2020, they had a levy increase for 37 years, 2020. A bond levy, which added $400 per $100,000 a house. Now this levy is going to be on top of that levy. Okay, and I would like to know the salary they're paying the superintendent of the schools. I would like to know the salary they're paying the school board for the schools, and it's going to be more than your average salary is going to be in 3 years.
Sir, do you want to know them all? Because I can give them all to you right now.
And it's going to be over $100,000 a year, right?
Your school superintendent's going to be earning $150,000.
There you go. I don't make that much in 3 years. And they want me to pay more for taxes for the schools? Are you kidding me? Oh, and one more thing. The Supreme Court, the Ohio Supreme Court ruled 3 times it is illegal to charge property taxes to fund schools, and they're still doing it. And the 16th Amendment specifically states The only thing that should be taxable is income, not property tax.
That's right.
Okay, we're gonna end the question and answer part. What I'd like to do is really keep this to factual information, opinion. I mean, you guys live here, this is your community, you love your community. I fully understand both sides. But this is about giving you the information to make your choice. That's what this meeting is about. So if you have any questions about the levy, or actually how much this will impact you, your specific house, call my office, we will give you the number. Happy to give you the number. I don't want to give my opinion, this is unbiased. You need to figure out what you want to do in your community, and that's what this meeting was about. And I believe that is the right thing for the Treasurer's Office to do. Give you the facts. You make up your mind. I know there's a lot of seniors in here, and I've been pushing this program for 3 years now. We changed the way that you can pay your property taxes because of people that are on fixed income at the Treasurer's Office 3 years ago, where you can go on a monthly payment plan. If you get Social Security, if you get a pension, I have forms if you want to sign up for that program. It's fantastic. We have 7,000 seniors signed up in Lake County. It's just a monthly deduction from your checking account to pay your taxes each month instead of twice a year. It does help out. If anybody's interested in it, I have the forms. If you have questions about the levy, you can call my office. We'll get you your answer, and we can email it back to you. I hate to cut off, but I don't want this to go into a two-side debate. That's not what this is for. It's just to get factual information. So if there's anybody who has a specific question, I'm happy to answer it. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap up the meeting at this point.